Khadijah, Lenny Carvel, him, her, him, bodies. They're all dead. Click, click.
Yeah, that's it. That's the same.
So the divorce effect is going viral on TikTok right now. And in case you don't know what the divorce effect is, the divorce effect is basically that glow up that a woman has after a divorce. Yes, after she gets rid of that leash, that man that is sucking the life out of her, that glow up that she gets right after that. And honestly speaking, when I saw the videos of these women were looking so good that I could have bet my left kidney that those were not the same women. Yes, the before and the after, if I was not told, I would have thought that those were like two different women that they were showing me. But no, these are the same women. They are just in a more healthy environment now that they have left their toxic marriages and their toxic partners. And since they have gotten rid of the leashes in their life, yes, the Draculas in their lives, that's what I call these men, they cannot glow up. They cannot start to like become healthier. They cannot have time for themselves to go to the gym if they need to lose weight, to focus on themselves. And a lot of them, you see their skin clear up, their acne goes away because a lot of these things, whether it's acne, whether it's weight loss, whether it's even some early signs of aging, it is all caused a lot by stress. Yes, this men will stress you out, they will make your hormones imbalance, and then you will start having a whole lot of physical symptoms. Especially if you've had a child, you may think that, oh, it's just because I've had a child. A lot of the time, it's not just because you had a child. If you had that child with a more like non-toxic partner and in a healthier environment, you would have not like added as much weight as you do. Your skin would have not been as bad. Even the symptoms that you are having would not be as bad. I saw a research that said that a lot of symptoms in pregnancy are caused by the man. So if you're having very bad symptoms during pregnancy, it's more than likely being caused by your partner. So when these men in general just live your life, when this Dracula stops sucking the life out of you, you now have the time and energy to focus on yourself because your time and energy is not going to them anymore. So you can focus on yourself, focus on your children, and you become better, you become happier. Just the smile, the look, the joy in their eyes, minus just the physical glow up, the joy in their eyes is something to talk about. Let's get right into it.
Ei menina, mostra o teu poder. Desliza no beat, faz acontecer. O mundo gira ao teu redor. Com esse swing, tu é maior. Mexe, remexe sem parar. Essa energia vai te levar. Chão tremendo, todo mundo dançar. É um baile que nunca vai acabar. Pictures, so sad, but you blink and then you miss it. You blink and then you miss it, miss it.
are getting on this app and normalizing divorce needs to be studied. Have y'all seen that trend of women getting on here doing the divorce effect, like what they look like when they were married and what they look like now? Girl, why didn't you look like now when you were married? Why all of a sudden now are you trying? I'm kidding. I love those videos. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. In fact, I love them so much that I want to legalize secondary divorces. As in, like, if you get on this app and like you complain about your husband, okay, like we should be able to divorce him. You don't get a say. We get to divorce your husband for you. Imagine the amount of glow-ups we would see. Imagine. It really just goes to show that your skin, your hair, your nails, everything flourishes, okay, without the leadership and the weight of a man. Keep them coming.
Y'all know the videos that I just do not skip. I do not scroll by. Whenever I come across one, I like, love, comment, are the divorce effect videos. I don't know if y'all seen it. It's like this trend going on TikTok where women are showing videos and pictures of what they look like when they were married and then transition to what they look like after they got a divorce. Miss Ma'am, who are you? Who are you? I saw some of these glow-ups. Some of these women were unrecognizable. When I was looking, I had to go back and be like, that is not the same person. So, first and foremost, when I saw some of these videos of these women's, the before, did I say women's? Before and after? Baby, some of these women look like death. Like straight, y'all gotta go back and watch some of these videos. These women look like they had been turned every which way but loose. Like their head had been knocked between the dresser, the washer, and the dryer. Marriage, as everybody says, is not for the weak. It's not for the weak. Women, if we don't make the right choices with who we marry, it can be detrimental to our health, to our mental health. Marrying the wrong man, it's going to show up in you. Associate yourself with the wrong people, it's always going to show up in your spirit. So a lot of these women just look like they had been taken advantage of, like they had just been drained of life. So kudos to the girlies who made it out with their kids in good health with their life, because marrying the wrong person could be a matter of life and death. It's not a joke these days.
As a happily married woman, when I see these divorce effect videos, I get a little bit sad. Not because marriage is perfect and love and all that stuff, but because I hated what you had to go through. I hated that you were a part of a relationship that didn't allow you to shine. I hated that you could see in your married days, you were not your best self. And in these videos, you can just see that the marriage was part of the problem. But as a divorce attorney, I will watch these videos all the way through every time because I love them. I love that you made it out of something that just wasn't working. Ending a marriage isn't easy. I mean, you got your own pressures of your community, your own self-doubt and insecurities, the idea of having to start over again, but you did it. And I am here for that. I love it. I have a lot of clients who ask me if they can do it. Can they leave this man who they've been with for umpteen years or however many years, who they've had kids with, who they have bank accounts with, who they share their name on a car or a house, or they share a business with? My answer is always yes. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough. But yes, you can do it. And I just love how inspirational these videos are because they prove I was right. And you guys do it so effortlessly. You even see the sky around you, this bright up. And I love how you do that. Because I know that the whole thing, I know that's you bringing light into the world. And I love that for you. And one day I hope there could be a second husband. Not because you need a man, you need whatever. But because honestly, I said, if you've been happy with being by yourself, I want to see that effect too. I want to see the single girl effect. You just living your life. And maybe you got kids, but eventually those kids will grow up. Because it's inspirational. It tells women all around the world that regardless of where you are in life, your age, your weight, your bank account, whatever, you are going to be all right.
So somehow I got on the divorce effect TikTok. And if you haven't seen those videos, you need to go look at them, because the glow up of these ladies, like losing weight, just new hair color, better style, and all those superficial things are beautiful. I personally witnessed the divorce glow up when I was in college, when my mother left my father. And it was like, oh, wow. Like she had people in the church shook. They was like, oh, this is what it looks like when you get a divorce. But even deeper than that, if you look at those videos and you look at their eyes, because the eyes never lie, look at their eyes in the before and then look at their eyes in the after, you know that transformation is more than skin deep. Like the true light has returned to their eyes. You can tell that they are more self-possessed, confident, grounded, settled. And yeah, the contrast is real.
Because you know in a moment they could all
Listen, in the first clips, right? Because this is becoming a trend. In the first clips of these women who are doing this trend, they just look like wives, bro. Ugly. They don't look bad. They just look like wives and moms. And then when they get divorced, they look like women who are fishing for men. Titties out, body out.
Video was 1,000% accurate, and I'm going to give you a little speed run of his video. A video of a girl talking about her after divorce glow up, and a lot of guys in the comments were like, why couldn't you do that for your husband? And he was like, you wouldn't want that, you know, for your wife. Because before her glow up, it's not that she had this major glow up before it. It's the fact that during the time she was a wife, she looked like a wife. And during the time that she's single, she looks like somebody who's trying to attract other men. It's a really good point. Like, guys have no shame when they go like buy a nice suit or, you know, get that nice car, being like, yeah, I'm doing this, so it will attract girls. Girls have this weird thing where that, God forbid they admit they're doing something for men. Oh my God, it's too weak for them. Not a coincidence that directly after the time that you get a divorce and now you are on the sexual marketplace, you suddenly want to lose weight. You suddenly want to work on your appearance. It's almost like your appearance is going to help you attract who? Who is it going to? It's going to help you attract men. Most of the time they have these glow ups. It's not that they were ugly or they suddenly became supermodels. It's that you guys just look like wives. You look like people who are no longer searching for a dating partner, for a future mate. There's nothing wrong with, while you are single, trying to attract people so you could therefore be in a relationship. There's this weird thing that girls have where they cannot admit, God forbid, that they might be searching for a potential husband or a potential boyfriend. Because he said it, but like the comments were giving this person shit like, why couldn't you do that for your husband? Why couldn't you dress like that for your husband? God, why would, nobody wants that. Just I want guys, yes, to be like, oh wow, his wife, his girlfriend is very attractive. I don't want my girlfriend walking around with her you-know-what out. But at the same time, are we going to lie and act like it doesn't work when we see a girl who's got her you-know-what out and then guys clearly go talk to her? 89% of the time, it's not that they had this crazy glow up, after their divorce. It's the difference between going from only needing one person's validation, one person's attention, being off of the dating marketplace, and now wanting to get attention again. Looking for men, looking for a potential husband, looking for somebody. Of course, you're going to do things that are going to help increase that likelihood. 99% of the time, you guys are not ugly. You just look like wives. Other girls look like girls who are trying to hopefully one day become wives. That's my opinion, but hey, what do you think?
Let's talk about the divorce effect trend. The guys aren't getting it. There are a few who are getting it. Scale. It goes from, you look stunning, you look gorgeous, wow, he must have been sucking the life out of you, to sometimes bad things fall apart so better things can fall together because they're like, well, you'll find your man, right? It goes to the men who are like, well, in most marriages, I think it happens to the males and the females that look like you're happy, but I'm sure underneath you're really struggling, and that happens to both of us in a marriage, in a divorce situation, men and women. We both feel that way, and, undermine your experience as a woman, and the thousands of divorce trend videos I've seen. And then we have a majority of the comments finally putting the effort in. Oh, why weren't you putting in the effort when you were married? Oh, now that he's gone, now you put in effort, now you put in the energy, now you've got the time. Yeah, that's the point. Now you've got the time. Now she's got the energy. That's the point.
Is the equivalent of what men feel when after we're divorced, the ex-wives drop a lot of weight and look super sexy. We're sitting here thinking, where was that effort when we were married? Why are you doing it only after we're divorced? Now, I don't have that answer, but to the ladies watching, why is that?
I have the answer, and all of the women watching will be nodding along with me. There are 3 types of men as husbands and or fathers. There are men that default most, if not all, of the mental and physical responsibility for parenting and domestic household to women. And it's not specific to women that are stay-at-home moms, but of course, that's the most common excuse that men give for doing that. Secondly, there are men that help their wives with the mental and physical responsibility of parenting and domestic household, specific to her returning that favor with something that is for his own personal needs. They will do the dishes, they will put their kids to bed at night after giving them a bath, but their feeling of responsibility and their willingness to do so is connected to whether or not they're getting what they want from her, usually physically. If they're not, they will be much less willing and much more likely to complain about having responsibility for those things. And thirdly, there are men that carry their share of responsibility, both physically and mentally, for parenting and domestic household because they want to, and it's rewarding for them. Whatever they are experiencing in their interpersonal, romantic, physical relationship with their wife is separate from the way they feel about responsibility for parenting and domestic household. Women that glow up after divorce are married to one of the first 2 types of men, and women that glow up in the marriage are married to the 3rd type of man. I'm married to the 3rd type.
So I'm absolutely addicted recently to those divorce effect glow up videos that you ladies are posting. And thank you so much for doing that, because I actually believe we're witnessing something very scientific happening here. We're witnessing much more than a glow up, because what you're really witnessing is exactly why single women live longer and married women don't live as long. And I actually think this is important to frame in medical and scientific terms, because what we're seeing is the positive physical effects of removing yourself from an abusive situation. Even if you didn't think it was abusive, trust me, most men move about life in an abusive way. It's not because they're thinking about it like that. It's not because they're thinking, okay, here, I'm going to be abusive now. I'm going to do this abusive thing. But their behavior is abusive, and it is destructive to you as a woman on a cellular level. It is also important to talk about how abuse and the effects of abuse actually mimic autoimmune diseases, because your body essentially starts attacking itself. Your nervous system thinks that you're not safe, and so it starts doing this thing to be helpful, and it starts conserving your energy, it starts conserving all of your resources, and so you're just like literally not living life to the fullest capacity. You're not able to use your bodily vessel to its fullest capacity. So what we notice in these videos is obviously the weight loss, younger, healthier looking skin, the hair glow up, the light returning to their eyes. Like, your mind, body, and nervous system are all connected. When you are in an unsafe or abusive situation, your mind, body, and nervous system are going to fall into a pattern of trying to protect you and trying to conserve your energy. And a lot of women don't understand why they just can't lose weight. They just keep gaining weight and they feel bloated and everything all the time. It's because your body's trying to store up energy for the future, because it senses that you're in danger. So every time you eat, even if you're eating the same exact portions as you were before, this can cause weight gain, because your body is like, we're not safe, so we need to hold on to all of our food reserves. We need to not waste this precious energy. The other thing that contributes to this is that the abuser typically wants to monopolize your time, energy, and attention. You just have less time to pour into and invest in yourself in general. And so you'll find yourself, skipping out on the gym, not going for as many walks, just not moving in general, because you feel so drained from somebody wanting your energy all the time and expecting that when they get home or when you get home, you're going to have to share even more of your energy. Your body might even make you feel tired in order to conserve that energy, so that you're not wasting it on the gym or walks or anything like that, because again, your body is preparing for that inevitable energy drain when your abuser gets home. Even if you do within that situation find time to go to the gym or work out at home or whatever, when you're in that state of like nervous system distress, your body actually deprioritizes building muscle. So once again, you're not going to be seeing the same results when you work out, because all of those things have been deprioritized in order to prioritize your physical safety. Oftentimes in these situations, women are also chronically stressed because they are tasked and overloaded with the mental load, the emotional labor, the physical labor around the house. When you are in that state of chronic stress, because you know that everything kind of the buck stops with you, everything falls on your shoulders, the levels of cortisol in your body actually elevate. And this causes that general inflammation and skin issues that you see. Once again, that usually clears up after the woman is out of that situation. That is once again because your body is deprioritizing certain things. That's why sometimes the skin has like a more mature look to it, because you're not turning over your skin cells as efficiently, because once again your body's deprioritizing that. It's like, we're not worried about that right now. Another thing that stress is going to affect is your insulin sensitivity, your thyroid function, and your reproductive hormones. And all of this also shows up as that stubborn weight that you can't lose, hair thinning, acne, irregular cycles, trouble conceiving. A lot of women have trouble conceiving in abusive relationships. That's your body trying to protect itself, by the way. And the fact that you're probably not sleeping well from the stress just further contributes to that overall inflammation, like redness, puffiness, bloating, etc. It's just your body trying once again to hold on to water, nutrients, etc. It's in conservation mode. It is in self-preservation mode. So I wanted to be really, really clear. I'm not like shaming anybody for anything. Sometimes this just happens with no explanation. But again, if you're seeing a glow up after leaving your marriage, the problem wasn't that you had an autoimmune disease. The problem was that your body actually mimicked all the symptoms of an autoimmune disease because it thought that you were being attacked. It thought that you were in danger.
I personally choose to add the divorce effect before and after of the house, how the house looks a lot neater, a lot more put together when there is no man in the house anymore, because a lot of the mess in the house are being made not even by the children but by the men. Yes, these men will purposely create problems so that they can be watching their wife running up and down in the house trying to clean up their mess that they created on purpose. So you can see how that house was like so much way neater after the divorce. Even if you have kids, the kids sometimes may not even be the ones giving you much chores. And I also add the divorce before and after of that little boy. Yes, because I did it on purpose, because a lot of women stay in toxic, abusive relationships and marriages, and they say they do it because of the children. But the toxicity, the unhealthiness of the relationship and the marriage is actually negatively affecting the children. It's not positively affecting the children. The children are actually suffering in that marriage with you. The children are not happy when you are suffering in the marriage. No, the children are also suffering. That's why you see that little boy. I'll just look how he just blew up. The boy just glowed up. How he became like he was smiling, he was healthy, like he just you could see the difference before and after. Even if the man is going to like still have custody, like part custody of the child, the fact that you and the father are no longer like in the same house, always arguing, always like arguing, fighting, and now you might be separated, and now the children may have to go between you guys, back and forth between you guys, but the children are going to be happier because they are going to be living in a happier and healthier environment, because they will not be living in an environment where they see their parents fighting every time, where they see their mother, sometimes they'll see their mother getting abused. You'll see their parents fighting every time. You will just see there's a whole lot of toxicity in the environment. So children, not just the women, but also the children benefit from this divorce glow up. And I think one of the main reasons why these women glow up so much after the divorce is because of how much pressure that is placed on women, on wives during marriage. A man don't really need to do much in regards to marriage. The man doesn't really have much responsibilities. In a traditional marriage or in a typical like relationship, a man is just expected to protect. Protect from what? I don't know. Maybe occasionally, if a burglar comes into the house, which is how likely it is that a burglar will go into your house and attack you, or that you will need like physical protection from a man. So that's like unlikely. And then the next thing the man is expected to do is to provide. And let's be honest, in today's day and age, the woman is expected to provide almost as much as the man. So, like, him being a provider is not really a responsibility for him, you are also expected to provide too. A lot of households are well income households. So think of it, his two main responsibilities are provide and protecting, which is something that comes up very rarely, every once in a blue moon, and providing, which is a responsibility that the woman is now expected to take on to alongside her husband. While the woman, on the flip side, she's expected to do the cooking, the cleaning. She's expected to get pregnant, like go through the pregnancy, all the symptoms, the challenges, give birth, go through labor and give birth. Then after she gives birth, the father is not expected to like participate much in the raising of the children. Most of the child care work is still placed on the mother. So even as a mother, now you have an extra role. You're not just a wife, you're also a mother. You're expected to take care of the children, breastfeed, make sure that they are in school, like do the school runs to and fro, make sure that the children are fed. You are supposed to keep like up to date with their teachers, PTA meetings, also with their health, with their doctors, their pediatricians. You are the one, you have so much to do as a woman. And then after doing all of those work, you're also expected in today's day and age to go out there and participate and in the workforce and also bring home money too, which originally supposed to be like the man's responsibility, but you're also expected to do that. And after working at home, taking care of the kids, doing all of this, by the time you want to rest at night, no, you cannot rest at night. You're also expected to be a sex goddess and to give that man what he wants at night also. So it is not surprised that these women are tired, they're exhausted in their marriages, they have so much stress. Some of these men, even though these men are doing all these things for them, while they are doing literally nothing for their wives, they will still cheat on that wife, they will still stress the woman's life, they will still be playing mind games with that woman, they will just suck the living daylight out of her. So it is no surprise that these women are stressed. These women, they don't have time for themselves because they have to do all of these things. They don't have time to go to the gym. They don't have time to like take care of themselves, and they don't even have time to spend money on themselves because they feel guilty to spend money and energy and time on themselves because they feel like, oh, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm supposed to be spending this time and energy and money on my children. So they kind of feel discouraged about spending it on themselves. But after the divorce, they have time for themselves because a lot of these house chores that they had, it was husbands that were creating it. So now they have time for themselves because their extra baby, which is their husband, is now out of the picture. And they can now focus on themselves and their real actual children that they give birth to. So both the wife and the children benefit very greatly, very much from this divorce, and that's why you get the divorce effect. Thank you for staying to the end of the video. Hit the like button if you found it interesting. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to support me. And also remember to check out the videos in the playlist right here. Bye.